What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to my dying channel. And my God, can this video get some okay views? So I'm not depressed as we go into the new year. Oh, everyone's eating in Madden right now and not Papa C4. It's sad. It's depressing. It makes me not want to upload. But we're here for a rebuild. It's a Saturday. Let's be uplifting. College football playoffs are coming. By the time you guys see this, I'm probably already at the bar drinking away my Soros, watching a lot of money on Ohio State. Well, not a lot of money. You know, I gamble responsibly, like $30 on Ohio State. I was like, well, we're going to get a rebuild in. And what's an interesting team to rebuild? I want to win. I want an easy win. I want this to be happy. I want to be positive. So I was like, well, looking at all the teams we have left, because we do all 32 teams, the Kansas City Chiefs were still sitting there. I was like, yes, let's take it over with Big Red. The Chiefs fans right now, optimism is high that they could be the team that knocks off New England. They're good enough to knock off New England. They're good enough to knock off the Baltimore Ravens. So I was like, let's get into a rebuild of the Kansas City Chiefs. We just played with Patrick Mahomes in a video that I assume probably didn't do particularly well for whatever reason, where we acted as if the Chicago Bears drafted Patrick Mahomes over Mitchell Trubisky, which I thought was a really good creative idea. I'm going to stop being depressed. Patrick Mahomes. So he's a really good quarterback. And overall, superstar X Factor, bazooka. Everything about him screams unreal. When you look at a rebuild, you couldn't ask for a better starting point. However, it's a double-edged sword because you have to pay him his contract sooner than later. He's going to get big bucks, and you're going to have to work and rebuild your team around that. So we have to draft particularly well. Running backs, we have just a bunch of guys. There is no running back here that is going to be our long-term option. It's the first position that jumps off the board that we may be able to get an enticing, exciting young player through the college ranks. There's always a lot of running backs available. So yeah, we got that. Also shout out to Shady. Wide receiver, we got Tyreek Hill, who did get paid, I'm pretty sure. So we got him on a somewhat long-term contract. I know he did the off-the-field things. I know that I'm never going to really be a fan of him because of the off-the-field things. Probably should have a superstar dev trait, though. Maybe not X Factor, but shouldn't just be at a start. He's one of the more dynamic wide receivers in the NFL. We got Sammy Watkins here, who's an interesting spot because of his rating. I think, generally speaking, you have the similar caliber player in Demarcus Robinson. However, we got Watkins under contract. Robinson set to need a new contract. So I'm actually going to try to flip Demarcus Robinson before we hop into this rebuild for just, an area of need, be it running back. I know we need some corners and stuff like that. We got McCole Hardman, another burner. I firmly believe that he would have been a Philadelphia Eagle if the Chiefs didn't select him right before the Eagles did in that second round. But he's going to be our core. Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Hardman. That is a lot of speed, and we're going to try to flip Demarcus Robinson to get better at another area. Tight end, Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I think he's probably consensus number 2 right now. I think Kittle's number 1, which is no slight at Kelce. Kelce's a really good player, but for a 5-year rebuild, he's 29. We're going to ride him into the ground, but probably year 3, going to need to look at drafting a tight end. Offensive line is not particularly good. You got Eric Fisher on a bloated contract. That's not great. The guards, the interiors is not amazing. But we got my Canadian, Laurent Duvernay-Tardy from McGill in Quebec. Again, I'm going to actually maybe a little bit of bias. I might use him and hold on to him a little bit longer than I should. But come on, he's like literally the best Canadian in the NFL until Chuba Hubbard gets drafted out of Oklahoma State. Right tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. I think he's in that tier 1 conversation for right tackles, along with Lane Johnson and Ryan Ramczyk. Really good. Really underrated. I mean, I don't think he's ever made a Pro Bowl. And he makes all pro, though. It's kind of weird. Defensively, so they just brought in T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs, but I think we're probably going to go Breeland Speaks as our starter just because he has a star dev, and he's 23. I don't know why he has a star dev, but, long term, he's probably our best bet just to start him there right away. Right defensive end, we got Frank Clark, very expensive defensive end that they got from the, who did they get him from? Seattle? So, yeah, we got that. D-tackle, you got Chris Jones, superstar X Factor. He's always a free agent, so I'm going to do my best to re-sign him. I don't know why it's so difficult to do so. And then you got Derek Nottie out of Florida State, 79 star dev. We should be good. This front 4 should be good for most of this rebuild. The linebacking court, again, probably needs a little bit of work. You got Reggie Ragland, Dorio Daniel. I don't know who's going to be better suited for left outside linebacker. Hitchens is fine, kind of expensive, though. Right outside linebacker, Darren Lee. We saw what he did a little bit in our Raiders Madden 20 franchise. Again, man, this is just some, average to, there might be something there, linebackers, but some of them have decent contracts. I don't really know if anyone's going to stick. I'd like to see Darren Lee stick, maybe potentially, because his stats are pretty good. Secondary, we got Kendall Fuller. Another one likely Chris Jones, because I think of that Patrick Mahomes deal is always a free agent. We'll try to hold on to him, 87 star. Charvarius Ward also develops really, really nicely in this game. I've seen him get up to a superstar. I don't know why. I don't know what we have to do. But I think hopefully between Fuller and Ward, those will be our long-term corners. And we need to find that third guy. Free safety got Juan Thornhill, the rookie out of Virginia. Knew he was going to be a pretty good player. 78 with a hidden dev trait. So he's going to be Gucci. And then you got Honey Badger, one of my favorite players in the NFL. Sorensen with an ugly contract. Dan Smith, BYU. That's what he looks like. Butker's one of the best young kickers in the NFL. Colquitt, solid punter. So yeah, essentially what I'm going to try to do before we get into year one is flip Demarcus Robinson, which is a pain because I am a big Gator fan. He was really good at Florida, really underrated at Florida. But he's just surplus requirement at this point. Let's see if we can maybe get an O-lineman, maybe get a corner somewhere in that territory for him. Pretty good trade right off the rip, actually. We flipped Demarcus Robinson and Alex Okafor to the Buffalo Bills for Dion Dawkins, who might be best suited as a guard, but either way, he's a 25-year-old, 78 left tackle. Hell yeah. In our last trade, we sent Damian Williams, Eric Fisher, who's now surplus requirement if we view Dion Dawkins as our left tackle, and Mike Pennell Jr. to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Carlton Davis III. Pretty young, nice developmental cornerback. So coming out of a fairly late Week 12 bye, we're 7-4 on the season, which is a game back of the Chargers. So it's not bad. Not necessarily as overpowered as I thought we would be. We've had 2 dev trade increases on the offense. One for Sammy Watkins from star to superstar, and one from Hardman, who went from, I think, base normal to a star, which is pretty good, even though I'd rather come on the defensive side of the ball. We're feeling good about where we're at. Patrick Mahomes is playing like a top 5 MVP candidate quarterback. So that's all you can hope for as we get to the final stretch of the year. So contracts, this is where things have got ugly historically in the sim here for Darren Lee. We cannot pay you $30-some million. That's absolutely not happening. Shady. So we have Fuller, Chris Jones. Chris Jones off the rip. He's our top priority, and we got him locked up. And then Kendall Fuller, I don't think there's any way. There's no way we can give him that 5-year deal. So we had to pick and choose, and we chose Chris Jones with the Superstar X Factor. And in year one, with everything on the line, I think Week 17 against the Chargers for the playoffs, we lose. We fall to 9-7 on the year. Okay. I picked the Chiefs because I thought it was going to be easy. Off the rip, we did make the playoffs, and we couldn't re-sign Kendall Fuller. Mahomes played very well, 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns for 5 picks. We didn't really have much of a rushing attack in terms of dominant, but combined between Spencer Ware and LaShawn McCoy, really, really good numbers. And I would imagine if we can get a young, studly running back in the draft, be it like a ETN, DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor, that's gonna. I think a running back would feast in this system. Tyreek went over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns for Sammy Watkins, 807 for Hardman, 708 for Travis Kelce. Even Shady at the backfield, man. Running backs eat in this offense. Defensively, Carlton Davis, the man that we traded for from the Bucks, led the team 117 tackles, 2 interceptions. This guy, Ben Neiman from Iowa, 108 tackles, 3 sacks. Okay, pretty cool. 7.5 sacks from Chris Jones. That's why we extended him. See, look, there you go. We made the right decision because Fuller did 1 pick. Gotta do a lot better than that, man, to be worthy of $70 million. Mahomes is your MVP. We didn't make the playoffs, but I guess it's something successful of a rebuild is Mahomes. I did everything. I am 100% responsible for his success and that MVP. Offensive Player of the Year is Patrick Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Jack. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Josh Jacobs with obviously Jay Jai. Everyone knows how dominant he is for the what is it, 2013, 14, whenever he got drafted by the Dolphins. Hardman came at 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Bobby Okereke. Juan Thornhill at number 9. Mahomes is your quarterback. For individual awards, we got nothing, nada. And surprisingly, the Chiefs do not make the playoffs in year 1 of the 5-year rebuild. I'm shocked. So here was our draft. First round, we got Jonathan Taylor. I told you we want to bring in a running back, 75 with a hidden dev trade, one of the best and most productive college running backs of all time. So hopefully it's going to be a great fit here for Kansas City. We got Monty Rice, the linebacker out of Georgia in the second round, 70 with a hidden dev trade as well. Very nice middle linebacker. Patty Fisher, another linebacker. Doubling up here in the 3rd round. 71 hidden dev trait. We got Zach Shackelford, the center from Texas. He's probably actually going to start for us. 66 normal. And then Gaziano, defensive end from Northwestern. 66 normal. So from top to bottom, a very, very solid start to this rebuild and great draft class for the Chiefs. Year 2 for the Kansas City Chiefs, trying to make it to the playoffs with a stacked roster. We have Patrick Mahomes playing on his 5th-year option. So it gives us slight flexibility. But we're an 86 overall team. You look at the offense. As far as changes, we got Martinez Rankin will be starting at guard. Zach Shackelford, a rookie, will be starting at center. Other than that, on the line, it remains the same. Wide receivers remain the same. Tyreek Hill, superstar. Watkins, superstar. We got Jonathan Taylor, the talented running back out of Wisconsin. He is going to be our lead back, our bell cow, if you will. Defensively, we got Fisher and Rice playing outside linebacker, both high draft picks, along with Anthony Hitchens. On the defensive front, no new faces. We brought in Grant Haley in free agency, but still going to be Carlton Davis and Charvarius Ward as our main corner. So really, really solid team. Clearly, though, offense is still our strength. Defensively, could be a little bit lacking, but I firmly expect with this roster, pretty much with any year you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, to make the playoffs. Year 2 coming out of the bye, 5-1, a lot better results. Top dogs in the AFC West. Patrick Mahomes, every bit looking like your reigning, defending, most valuable player. Contracts, well, Deion Dawkins for sure is going to get the initial offer. That is very expensive, but he's pretty damn good as a left tackle. But then we got Sammy Watkins. This is an interesting one. He wants a 4-year deal, 86 mil. We got to pay Patrick Mahomes. We got McCole Hardman. We got Tyreek Hill. You don't need 3, especially when you have someone like Patrick Mahomes. We could probably better spend that money elsewhere. I'm looking more so at Ward, even if we don't even resign anyone. Deion Dawkins was the only must out of all these available free agents, but we're going to let Sammy Watkins walk. And at the end of year 2, a little bit more expected results as we got our first AFC West title with an 11-5 record. Our team's 90 overall with a 93 offense. Dev traits, I think we got McCole Hardman from star to superstar. Taylor emerged as a base superstar draft pick, which is huge. No other real changes. Rankin's developed, like everyone on this O-line. We're winning a lot of games. This O-line is developing very, very quickly. I like it a lot. Defensively, I don't think we had any dev traits outside of Carlton Davis, who I think went from normal to a star, which is fine. And Fisher and Rice, our 2 talented linebackers that we drafted, both emerged as star devs. So, you know, it would have been nice to maybe have a superstar sprinkled in there. But at the end of the day, looks pretty dang good. I'm actually going to make a change here. Go to Neiman over Hitchens as our starting middle linebacker. So our team looks good. How did they play? Patrick Mahomes, 3rd and 4th in yards and touchdowns, 4,300 yards, 37 touchdowns, 6 picks. We had 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor, the rookie. That might be an Offensive Rookie of the Year award. 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns for Tyreek, 950 and 11 for Hardman, 777 and 5 for Watkins. Pretty good year from Kelce as well. Defensively, Ward led the team with 95 tackles. We have 11 sacks from Chris Jones, 8 from the rookie Patty Fisher, 5 picks, Honey Badger. Love seeing that. Quick look at the awards. MVP went to Baker Mayfield. Patrick Mahomes is your runner-up. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Baker Mayfield. Mahomes, again, runner-up. Defensive Player of the Year went to Dante Hightower. Tyrann Mathieu coming at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Tua Tagovailoa. Jonathan Taylor coming in at 4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to your boy Patty Fisher, who's already up to an 82 overall. Monty Rice coming in at number 3. QB, Baker Mayfield. I don't think we had any of the individuals outside of Honey Badger getting best defensive back, which would be nice to get him a dev trait upgrade. I think he's chilling at superstar, right? Maybe it's star? Yeah, so I'd love to get him bumped up to a superstar. But we got that first round bye. So let's see who we're taking on in the AFC Divisional. It is going to be the 10-6 Tennessee Titans with Mariota, who does very well in the sim. So I have no real expectations here in year 1. But we just beat them by 1 point, 28-27 on the day. Weekly awards, Patrick Mahomes, 3 touchdowns. Carlton Davis had 11 tackles and a pick. As we go look at the box score from this matchup, very, very tight. Very, very tight. Mahomes 3 touchdowns, played well. Running attack, Taylor got a tutty at least. McCole Hardman, 66 yards and a touchdown. Carlton Davis led the team in tackles. Had that interception. We got 2 sacks on the day between Chris Jones and Frank Clark. It's productive. It's nice. And now the runner-up and the MVP go head-to-head. 13-3 Browns, 11-5 Chiefs. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. Can Andy Reid read a meaningful game? And he does. 24-21, and there is your perfect Super Bowl. Andy Reid going up against the Eagles. Destined. Oh, wow. I might have to go play this one. I usually don't want to play them, especially when it goes up against the Eagles, but this is such a fitting Super Bowl matchup for Andy Reid and company that I might just have to. Let's get a look at how we got here in the conference championship. 24-21 over the Cleveland Browns. Quiet day from both quarterbacks. Darrell Williams had 2 rushing touchdowns. McCole Harbin had a day. Kelce had pretty good performance, 10 tackles there. 5 sacks from Chris Jones. We had to make the decision. Do we want Chris Jones or Kendall Fuller to re-sign with that one? We had pretty much one contract we could put back on the books. And 5 sacks from the superstar X-Factor, Chris Jones. That's unreal. I got to play this Super Bowl. Since it's only year 1, we'll pop a bear. We'll just kind of, play it by ear. If we have to come in, throw a bazooka, I will do so. But it looks fairly competitive right now. Not a lot of cheese going on. 10-6 lead for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this game just means more for Big Red, Andy Reid. Low-scoring affair. I would probably side with the Eagles having a little bit better of a defense. But we have yet to give them up a touchdown. 17-9 as we get into the 4th quarter. Eagles just slanging and banging field goals. Not nearly good enough. Complacent that they already got there. And just like that, Andy Reid, I don't know how many years he's been in the league. 25 as a head coach. And he's going against his protege, Doug Peterson, one of the many proteges he sent around the league. But Andy Reid gets his first Super Bowl over the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, I can say this as an Eagle fan. This would pain me. I never want the Eagles to ever lose in a Super Bowl. But if they did have to lose in a Super Bowl, this would probably be the only scenario I'd be okay with. Actually, you know what? I really do like Lamar Jackson a lot. And because I have the receipts that I thought he was going to be an outstanding quarterback, I think Baltimore and Kansas City right now. I'm just putting this right now. Philly, I'm recording this on a Saturday. Jonathan Taylor, the rookie, is your Super Bowl MVP. But Philly this week, we play the Giants. And then if we beat the Giants, we can actually make the playoffs. So, there's a chance that this team, very small chance, because they're not very good this year, but Philly could go to the Super Bowl. And if I had to think of a scenario, like if they go to the Super Bowl, it's Chiefs and Ravens are the top 2 teams I want to see get there. But how fitting, at least in this rebuild. In year 2, we still got 3 more years to go. But Andy Reid gets his first Super Bowl, and he gets it by beating the Philadelphia Eagles. That's pretty ridiculous. As Mahomes hoists it, now let's see if we can win 3 more. So defending Super Bowl champions, here's our draft. We didn't sign anyone in free agency because we have Patrick Mahomes' contract coming up. So really good luxury pick here. We lost Sammy Watkins to free agency, but we're able to get Amon-Ra St. Brown from USC, 73 hidden dev trait, going to come in and be our wide receiver 3. We got Mac McCain, small school prospect, 69 overall, hidden dev trait out of North Carolina A&T. We got Mukwamu, who's not available. Usually he slips, but we need corners. We need depth at corners. He is out of South Carolina. We can get this correct. Come on. There we go. Really nice looking corner there. We got Charles Snowden out of Virginia, the monster, 6'7", 230 linebacker. Just a mismatch. Ventrell Miller, middle linebacker out of Florida. And Stone Forsythe out of Florida. Just doubling up here on some Gators. Real good draft class, Glow, and I definitely want to see Amon-Ra, how he produces as a rookie. Very well, might find himself in the slot as well. So defend our Super Bowl title, really good starting overall point. Obviously, 88 overall. Changes on the offense. Tyreek Hill's now rightfully a superstar X-Factor. We bring in Amon-Ra St. Brown, our top draft pick. Offensive line is developing nicely, especially Rankin and Shackelford. We've yet to see any regression yet from Kelce, Schwartz, or defensively, Dorio Daniel actually will be starting at middle linebacker for our squad. You might as well actually convert him there. He's a left outside linebacker. He might actually earn himself a contract. If he can develop nicely, he can finish as an 80 overall. Be a nice little piece to this defense for sure. That's a really good young linebacking core. Other than that, though, no dev trade upgrades or anything crazy like that. As you can see, secondary still a little weak. Carlton Davis has developed nicely. One hell of a trade to acquire from the Tampa Bay Bucks back in year 1. But outside of that, I mean, we got Mukwamu and McCain, 2 draft picks that have dev traits, but it still is kind of weak. Teams could pick on that. Hopefully, the high-level play of our safeties, very much like the Philadelphia Eagles with Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod, can bail out, an average at best cornerback group. A little bit disappointing to be 4-3 here coming out of the Week 8 bye in year 3, considering we're trying to defend our Super Bowl title. But we're still first place in the AFC West. But now it's time to pay the piper. $266 million, which is usually the norm here for Patrick Mahomes. But we got him locked up. Jesus, this is going to be a tough one. All right, let's prioritize. What do we got here? So Carlton Davis is our best corner by a mile. So we want to get him locked up. He wants more money. Of course he does. Honey Badgers. Oh, my God. This is going to be tough. Okay, Derek Nottie, alongside Chris Jones, has been pretty good, especially if we can get him on a long-term deal under $5 million cap hit. Breeland Speaks has been solid, but we're not getting a lot of sacks from him, so he can go kind of bottom of the totem pole here. Rankin's a solid guard, and we could probably actually give him a 5-year deal, make that very affordable for the team, a team-friendly contract. Honey Badger would love to bring him back, but he wants a 4-year deal. But he plays so well in this scheme. If he takes that, that'll be fine. He wants more money. We might have to let him walk. Mitchell Schwartz, franchise player at tackle. Might not see out that contract. He wants more money. Kelce's really good. I mean, we don't have a lot of... Look, oh my God. Okay. Well, we got Mahomes. And we got Noddy. I definitely am going to prioritize Carlton Davis next. And then... I don't know. We got to figure this out. At the end of year 3, scraping into the playoffs and trying to defend our Super Bowl title. 10-6 is enough to get the AFC West title back here for the Kansas City Chiefs. We kick off things against the Patriots. That's a big matchup for sure. Look at how well we did in year 3. Mahomes dropped off a little bit for touchdowns. 4,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 picks. Little surprising there. Whoa, what? We ran the ball. We reinvented ourselves. 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor, 8 touchdowns for Thompson, 7 rushing for Mahomes. So that's still 34 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes, which is right on par with how good he's been. Tyreek, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. St. Brown as a rookie, that's probably offensive rookie of the year. 59 catches, 900 yards, 7 tutties. Hardman, a little bit of a down year. Same for Kelce. We did extend Kelce, so that means that Mitchell Schwartz, Breeland Speaks, those guys are going to be walking, which is unfortunate. Same with Honey Badger. It is what happens. That happens when you pay your quarterback almost $300 million. Dorian O'Daniel, really good, 106 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 12 sacks. Chris Jones, who's been a monster for us here in this rebuild. 4 picks, Grant Haley. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP went to Mitchell Trubisky. Weird. Mahomes coming in at 9. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Trubisky. Mahomes at 5. Defensive Player of the Year went to J.J. Watt. Dorian O'Daniel at 7. Trevor Lawrence got Offensive Rookie of the Year, beating out our boy Amon-Ra St. Brown. It is what it is. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Woodbay. Mac McCain coming in at 2. A couple runners up there. Individual awards, Grant Haley is your corner, your DB of the year. I would love to see that yield a dev trade increase as we kick off things here in the wild card against the 10-6 New England Patriots, a team that has had the Chiefs number, it feels like, even with or without probably Tom Brady at this point. We knock them off 31-27 to move on to the AFC divisional round in this matchup. Who went off? Was it Patrick Mahomes? 4 touchdowns on the day. They had Trubisky. There's no more Brady. But Mahomes went off. Our wide receivers, everyone 18 tackles, 2 sacks for Dorian O'Daniel. We might have to give him a contract. We have to find a way to pay him. That is going to be a lot of production we're going to let walk if we don't give him a new deal. But yeah, we're in the divisional playoff against the 11-5 Tennessee Titans, and we get back to the AFC Championship game, beating the Titans 24-14. A little bit low score, not high powered as we expect with this Chiefs team, but still a win nonetheless, an important win. Mahomes was clean on the day, 2 touchdowns. Thompson, we ran the ball effectively, 2 sacks. Breeland Speaks, a sack from Derek Nottie. And just like that, we're a game away from, kickstarting a dynasty here. But it is the 12-4 Browns. They make the Super Bowl a lot in the sim. And we knock them off 17-10. Jonathan Taylor, 153 rushing yards in that win. Low scoring. I don't care. I don't even care what happened in that game. We're moving on to the Super Bowl, which is against another NFC East opponent. Last time it was the Eagles. This time it's the Dallas Cowboys. I'll pop a bear it again. We'll just watch the sim, hop in, maybe chuck a bazooka every now and again. Let's see if we can get 2 Super Bowls here for the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid. I was just looking through my spreadsheet. I have yet to win the Super Bowl twice in a rebuild, so we have a chance to make some history here today with the Kansas City Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes. We jump into a 10-7 lead here in the second quarter. Dallas playing pretty well, though. They're hanging with us. And it looks like every time we score, they're going to score, and they're going to at least do better, if not. So we're going to come in on 3rd down and chuck a bomb. I feel like anything I can't do wrong with Patrick Mahomes. So let's give, go 4 verts. Like, how do you cover? Oh, my God. You got to put press man coverage on Tyreek Hill. I'm going B. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to throw it, actually, to Travis. Oh! What a play. What a pass breakup by 36. Can I play this? 4th down. We're going for it on 4th down. That was one hell of a play there from 46. There's no way, when we line up 3 wide, that you're going to cover everyone. All this speed downfield. I refuse to believe that. As Tyreek Hill with his 99 speed, that is going to be a mismatch nightmare. I feel comfortable every single time I need to hop in and might need to execute a bomb like that. Because I now want a rebuild that got 2 Super Bowls in it. So, and it's Dallas. I never want to lose to Dallas. This could be for, this could be like preseason game. I don't want to lose to Dallas. So we have a 10-point lead here in the 4th quarter. We pull ahead. That looks like it's going to be too much for Dallas and Dak Prescott and the Clapper, who's probably still there as a head coach, to overcome. And just like that, back-to-back Super Bowls. First time we got back-to-back Super Bowls. First time we've got 2 Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls in a single rebuild. And boy, that is a great sight to see. Jason Garrett, Dak Prescott. I mean, I personally don't really hate Dak Prescott. Seems like a good guy. But, guilty by association with that trash organization. The Chiefs have won their 2nd Super Bowl title. We'll find out who the MVP is. We won't gloat too much by showing the trophy ceremony. But let's find out who won the MVP. Let's get into the final 2 years of the rebuild. See if we can make it 3. See if we can make it 4. I'm going to guess Mahomes got the MVP. Last time it was Jonathan Taylor, the running back. This time it was Patrick Mahomes, who had 5 touchdowns, 82% completion percentage, if we're rounding up. One hell of a performance. That's Super Bowl number 2. Let's get to year 4. So our first draft with randomized draft prospects. I had a kind of a checklist, if you will, of players that I wanted to try to get. I wanted a running back 2. I wanted a tackle to replace for Schwartz. I wanted a strong safety to try to replace Honey Badger. A tight end to groom beyond Kelce. And we got 2 of those things. We got Bernard Tomlinson here in the 1st round. 72, the overall is not amazing, but he does have that hidden depth trait, and I think will be a healthy, just running back headed monster, 2-headed monster with Jonathan Taylor. This was our best pick. Jazario Wilbur out of Auburn. 75 hidden depth trait, right tackle, day 1 starter. Unreal pick. Reggie Hagen's a strong safety. Not a bad depth trait, 66 hidden dev. No real standout stats. I guess the speed's fine. The pursuit looks okay. The catching at 72 is nice. Then we definitely did not find, it was a weak tight end class. Someone that could take over for Kelce. So, but that tackle and running back, great pickups. That safety could develop as well. Let's get to year 4. Year 4, trying to make it 3 Super Bowls in a row. This team, the best offense we've ever had in a rebuild, and we still technically have a year to build it up. The offensive line, work in progress, but we're bringing in a franchise tackle we drafted right at the gate. Kelce's old, but he's not regressing. We got Mahomes, unreal. Taylor's up to a superstar X Factor. Tyreek, superstar X Factor. Scary. It's just like, oh yeah, wide receiver 2, Hardman, 94 superstar. And Amon St. Brown, 85 superstar. Then you throw in Tomlinson. We have no idea what his dev trait's going to be. Maybe he's related to the LaDainian. That would be awesome. But really looks solid, unreal offense. Defense, I'm actually kind of surprised O'Daniel didn't go up in dev trait, but we did re-sign him last second. Fisher and Rice, both 89 overall outside linebackers, players that we've drafted and developed. Chris Jones should hit 99 club this season. And even our corners, man, are developing nicely. It's healthy. We don't have an X factor, a lockdown, someone with abilities, but it looks like a solid room from top to bottom. Hagens is the lowest starter, but he does have that dev trait, so hopefully he hits the ground running, grows really fast, and that dev trait comes out to be something even better than a star. But year 4, let's make it 3 Super Bowls in a row. Coming out of the bye, year 4, 5-2, looking like it's going to be a really competitive AFC West. The Chargers and Raiders both are really good this year. I spent a lot of Andy Reid's XP on wide receiver retention. There's why. We got 4 contracts we absolutely want to nail down. We'll start with Juan Thornhill because that looks like the most affordable right off the get-go. That's under $4 million cap hit a year. So then we got Hardman and Tyreek. That's a lot of money, but we want both of them. So we'll give Tyreek $100 million. We'll give Mecole Hardman $77 million. And there you go. That's how you spend, you know, $200 million in 5 seconds. Into year 4, we just squeak into the playoffs, 10-6. The Chargers had a tie, which prevents us from getting our 3rd AFC West title, but we still got into the show when we kick off against the 8-8 Bills team. Should be viewed as a winnable matchup. Looking at the stats here, what is going on with Mahomes? Like, why are we just magically now a running team? Like, we didn't have any of these numbers. Tomlinson came out with, he still doesn't have his dev trade unlocked, but it's weird. I haven't adjusted anything, and we just magically stopped airing the ball out, which makes no sense given how much money I spent to retain Hardman and Tyreek. O'Daniel really good in the sim for us. 11 sacks for Frank Clark, 10.5 for Chris Jones. Fisher was 7.5, 7 from not. I love the sacks. Interceptions look pretty good too. It's just, what is going on with the passing attack? MVP Mariota, because that's laughable. AFC Offensive Player went to Mariota. Defense Player they went to Miles Jack. Tomlinson is your runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Higgins, our starting strong safety. For individual awards, we had no one. It's just weird, man. Really, really, really weird. So we didn't unlock the dev trait for the running back yet. That's still a mystery. We'll find out shortly. But what about that safety? Superstar! Hell yeah! A 66 superstar. I love that. At least I don't think he got a dev trait increase. No, he definitely didn't. So hell yeah, 66 superstar straight out the draft. That's unreal. So let's see if we can make it 3 straight Super Bowls here in year 4. It starts up against the 8-8 Buffalo Bills in the wild card. Of course, we knocked them off. I wasn't worried for one damn second. Mac McCain, our 3rd corner, 2 interceptions on the day. Well, so you might as well look at the box score. I mean, I feel like it's too cocky. Just be like, oh, let's move on to the next round. Let's show each individual opponent the deserved respect they need. We just ran the ball again. No touchdowns for Mahomes. Well, we had 4 rushing touchdowns on the day. Defense played well. 2 sacks, Chris Jones. We had 3 picks on the day. I don't know why Mahomes not airing the ball out, but as long as we keep winning games, now we get to find out who the best team in the AFC West is, and it is, you better believe it's the Chiefs. 35-12. This team is unbelievable, and we're winning the game in these games and going deep in the playoffs without Patrick Mahomes playing like Patrick Mahomes. Maybe he turned back the clock and played like it today. Not even. 2 touchdowns. We ran the ball, 121 yards for Taylor. Tyreek did well defensively. Couple sacks, no picks. It was just a balanced effort between running and throwing the ball. So trying to get to our 3rd straight Super Bowl. We got the 11-5 Steelers stand in our way. And 31 not this. Maybe we found out the recipe for success is to have a 99 overall quarterback. Just have the best offense you possibly can have, and you're gonna have a good time. 31-0. Joe Burrow didn't stand a chance as the quarterback of Pittsburgh there. 2 touchdowns. The running attack was too much. Tyreek, too much speed defensively. Didn't really do a whole lot. Got 2 interceptions, Juan Thornhill and Patty Fisher as we get back to the Super Bowl, and it's going to be against the Seattle Seahawks. Let's make it 3 in a row, baby. All right, you know what happens. Papa Bear, I will come in for 1 bazooka. If we can hit it, we will. Try to get 3 Super Bowls. But I mean, this is a dynasty. We always talk about it when we win a Super Bowl early. It doesn't always happen. When we do, we're like, let's build a dynasty. And it never happens. It's happening right now, before your very eyes. We're playing well. I don't like that we're selling for a field goal there, because we're keeping Seattle in it. But we're moving the ball up and down the field, and we're going to go into halftime with a 6-point lead. So let's let this defense do the damn thing and get us our 3rd straight Super Bowl title. But I hate that we keep selling for field goals, because it keeps it for Seattle to get a touchdown away from tying it up. We get a quick instant score. It's tied up 31 apiece. We'll come in for a bomb here. Tyreek Hill's almost always open. Like, I don't know who, like, if you're a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, how do you have fun playing Madden? I get, you can obviously have fun. Your team's sick. But literally, if you run this play 3 times in a row, at least one of the times Hardman or Tyreek Hill are going to get open. That's just a fact of life. Look at this. He's not even really open, and he's open. like, that's our one time. That's our one play. We cashed it in. You could probably do this a whole lot if you really wanted to. And, okay. They're fighting. They went for it on 4th down. They tied it up at 38 apiece. They probably still have Russ Wilson, who's dangerous. But we should be able to kick the field goal here with 4 seconds to go. And there's our 3rd straight Super Bowl. I don't think I've ever won 3. Maybe. Maybe once or twice before. But I can't remember at the top of my head a time that I've won 3 Super Bowls in a rebuild. We have a chance for 4 next season. I'm sure we probably won't because it's Madden. But 3 Super Bowls. Let's find out who our MVP is. Again, we're not going to gloat. We're not going to sit through the trophy ceremony. We're respectful. We're gracious in defeat, humble in victory. And I'm assuming it's probably Patrick Mahomes getting his 2nd straight Super Bowl MVP. Could be Jonathan Taylor, but I'm going to guess it's Patrick Mahomes. Matt Patricia, the new man in Seattle. But Mahomes has 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in his last 2 Super Bowls. He is a god. Let's go to year 5 and try to make it 4 in a row. Then we're just laughing on him. For final drafts, you know, we could just pretty much pick whoever we want. So I get in the first round, we got Gordon Sylvester, 73 tight end. Can be groomed to be the heir to Travis Kelce. Even though they're a little bit different styles, he's a blocking tight end. Second round, we get Allen Little, tackle, 71. We got a 69 corner in the 3rd, 66 tackle in the 4th. This guy was probably our best value, Clay Bowden from USC, 70 overall, hidden a dev trait tackle out of USC. Nortman, okay punter. And look at this, just picking a fullback we don't have on the roster. They kind of do traditionally run a fullback at Kansas City. Barry Sherman from UCLA, 67, hidden dev trait with the final pick in the draft. This guy actually looks unreal. 6'3", 255 with like good, decent acceleration, lead block, strength. Hell yeah. Let's go make it 4 straight Super Bowls because we got a sick fullback. So it's our final year. This team is the greatest rebuild team we've had in Madden 20. I'm not going to gloat too much because it was a really good roster to start off. But Mahomes, 99. Hardman's 97. Taylor, 94. Tomlinson's coming out as a superstar player. He's a tank. Tyreek's a 99. Monroe St. Brown, 91. Offensive line looks solid. We signed Connor McGovern in free agency to solidify it. Coming in at right guard. Kelce just has not regressed one damn bit. Defensively, it's almost matching the offense. O'Shane Zimenez from the Giants formerly. He was the other guy that we brought in free agency to come play D-end. Chris Jones, 99 overall. Carlton Davis is up to a 90. Haggins, the safety, the 66 overall 3rd rounder from a year ago, is already up to an 84 superstar. Monty Rice, 93. Patty Fisher, 93. Juan Thornhill's in the 90s. This team is terrifying. Let's get our 4th Super Bowl. Year 5, of course, we're going to be dominant. 12-4, our 3rd, I think, AFC West title. Really good. Denver Broncos stinking up the joint. Don't think we didn't have a single dev trade overall bump on the offense, but teams developed 97 offense. Statistically speaking, again, we just changed. We went from let's get Patrick Mahomes an MVP every year to like let's run the ball. And running the ball is working. So even that's still not a bad year. 29 touchdowns, 3 picks. Just not what we're accustomed to seeing with Patrick Mahomes. But the running attack, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns, Jonathan Taylor. 10 touchdowns for Tomlinson. 1,100 yards, 10 tutties for Tyreek. 907 for Hardman. Kelce still doing fine. Defensively, Darnell Daniels been a tackle machine. 10.5 sacks for Chris Jones. 9 for Monty Rice. But Chris Jones has been unreal. For a guy that always in franchise modes gets tossed away as just, oh, he's got to be a free agent, stuff like that. He has been dominant. 7.5, 11, 12, 10.5 sacks for us. That is really, really good production. Carlton Davis as well, another big-time acquisition, leading the team in interceptions since we traded for him. Look at that. 2, 4, 6, 9, 13 picks in 5 years. That's really, really good considering interceptions are pretty tough to get in a sim. MVP went to Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I'm not expecting any MVP awards. When you know we don't really have the prolific offense. We have a prolifically balanced offense right now here in Kansas City. We have no one showing up for the awards here. Wow. Okay, the disrespect to your three-peat Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. So we kick things off here against the 9-7 Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not going to get overconfident because it's Madden, but we probably should feel comfortable in this matchup in the divisional round. And that's all she wrote. That's how the rebuild ends. 3 straight Super Bowls, and we lose to a 9-7 Cincinnati Bengal team. I'm not going to get mad. I promise I wasn't going to get mad. We've been blessed with great results down the stretch. But Tua Tagovailoa doing the thing there now in Cincinnati. Was able to edge us out here. I mean, you look at it. What was the deciding factor? I mean, they got a good offense. Mixon and Etienne. Gallup's there. Tyler Boyd's there. Ebukam got a couple sacks, no interceptions. You look at our defense, we got a couple sacks, no picks. Just a close matchup, and they were able to edge us out 30-24. But how can I complain? We won 3 Super Bowls, the most I think I've ever won in a rebuild. Definitely the most I've ever won in Madden 20. We've never won more than 1, so getting 3 was awesome. A successful rebuild here on College Football Champion Saturday. Well, it's not championships. It's the beginning of the playoffs. Go Ohio State for my bank account. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully it does okay views. Oh my God, I used to just crap out 50,000 view plus rebuilds. Now it's a dream, so that'd be awesome. But I mean, whatever. YouTube and everything just kind of sucks right now. But thank you guys for everyone, all the people that do come and continuously watch my videos. When I'm down like this, down in the dumps, I appreciate it more than ever. You can see those 3 Super Bowls behind Andy Reid. That is what we've accomplished here today. So if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, share it, comment, all that good stuff. Subscribe if it's your first time stopping by. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking the talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, I never. Not me, I never. Not me, I never. I'm way too close.